Welcome to Homework Lib.
Hi, so we're given a chemical reaction and we're asked to answer some questions according to it. In this case, the first one is going to be how many hydrogen molecules are required to completely react with 42 oxygen molecules. And as you can see, the relationship in between hydrogen and oxygen is a 2 to 1 of H2 compared to O2. So that means that we're going to require exactly double of that, 84 molecules. Next up, if you conducted the reaction and it produced 6.2 mole of water, how many moles of both oxygen and nitrogen did it start with? So we know that we have 6.2 mole of water, of H2O, and we know that according to our chemical reaction, 2 moles of water are going to be produced from 1 mole of oxygen. So this is going to give us 3.1 mole of O2. On the other hand, the relationship in between moles of water and moles of hydrogen is going to be 1 to 1. So the answer would be 6.2 mole of hydrogen. You can see this in an equation as follows. 6.2 moles of water can be transformed into moles of hydrogen according to the conversion factor, which is equal to 1, and this gives us 6.2 mole of H2. Okay, so now the next question, if you started with 57.8 grams of oxygen, how many grams of hydrogen did you start with to have a complete reaction? And in order to do that, we need to transform the grams of oxygen into amount of mole of oxygen. So this is going to be done by dividing the mass by the molecular weight of the oxygen. For us, this is going to be 57.8 grams divided by 32 grams per mole, which gives 1.80625 mole of oxygen. Now, according to that, we're going to transform the mole of O2 into moles of hydrogen, and then we're going to convert those into grams. So 1.8625 mole of oxygen. We know that 1 mole of oxygen reacts with 2 mole of H2, and we know that 1 mole of H2 is going to have a mass equal to 2 grams. So the result becomes 7.225 grams of hydrogen. So 7.225 grams. And for the last one, how many grams of oxygen and hydrogen were reacted to produce 77.1 grams of water? So 77.1 grams of water can be converted into moles of water according to its molecular weight, which is 18 grams per mole of H2O. Now, following our chemical reaction, we know that 2 moles of hydrogen, sorry, 2 moles of water are going to be reacted or are going to be produced from 1 mole of oxygen. And finally, the last conversion factor is that 1 mole of oxygen is going to be equal to 32 grams of oxygen. So the grams of oxygen that we require is going to be equal to 68.533 grams of O2, 33 periodic. And in the case of hydrogen, we're going to do the same procedure. We are going to begin with grams of water. We are going to transform grams of water into moles of water. Next, we know that 1 mole of H2 is going to produce 1 mole of water. Well, in this case, it would be 2 mole of H2 to 2 mole of water, but since this is a 1-to-1 relationship, this is going to be the same, but just to be extra accurate about it. And we know that 1 mole of H2 is going to be equal to 2 grams of H2. So, in this case, the result is going to be 693.9 grams. Sorry about that. I multiplied by 9 instead of dividing by 9. But the result is going to be 8.566 periodic grams of H2. So these are going to be the quantities: 68.533 and 8.566 periodic. You can put it 667 if you want. Both are going to be correct. So with that, it would be all. Thank you very much and have a good one.